Hey guys, I want to take you through the basics of creating video. There is so much to know about creating video, and to be honest, because there is so much to know, it can be pretty overwhelming not knowing what you don't know and where to start. So I wanted to just create a little bit of a, mini series on a few of the things that you might want to know, semi in order of importance, just so that you've got kind of like a good guide to knowing how to start your journey into video. So the first thing I really wanted to talk about is story. I feel like that's kind of the starting place of every video, the most important thing, and just one of the things you really need to know when you're getting into your video journey. Starting out, I found it incredibly hard to actually finish a video because I kind of jumped into it without having too much story. One of the first videos I was really excited about making, I went on a big trip with a four-wheel drive and going to some awesome places, and I kind of got back from filming that and realized that actually a lot of the important things I had missed out because they didn't look super sexy, and it was kind of just like a mundane shot, but it was kind of important to creating like a continual story. So it was a big learning curve for me because I realized that every video is more than just a bunch of cool shots thrown in there. It needs to have a start and a finish. You need to know who your audience is and what your actual story is going to be. As you get more practice at filmmaking, you can actually go out and film some things without having a super specific story in mind. But starting out, that's pretty hard to do, and it's really good practice to write down some of the things, or at least think about some of the things that are going to make this into a proper story. This process is called storyboarding, and it can be super simple or really complex, just depending on the project and what you want to put into it. It can be anything from a few ideas scribbled down on some paper to a super complex storyboard with lens choice, lighting, script, movement, all that kind of thing. All of that can be recorded down, but at least to start with, just having a super basic idea of where you want your story to go is really crucial for making something that actually turns into a story rather than something that can be just a montage of beautiful shots. I personally use Apple Notes for really simple projects. I just find it super easy to use and just easy to whip out my phone and put it in there. But for more complex shoots, I've started using something called Melanote, which is an amazing program which lets you upload photos, screenshots, put down notes, and just organize it into quite a cohesive plan. And that can be really helpful for creating things that are like a little bit out of my comfort zone and something which is quite a stretch to just try and remember it all. The reason story is such an important starting place is that it's one of the things you come back to time and time again when you're making other decisions in your project. For example, the camera you might use, the lenses you're using, the kind of lighting that you're going for, even your script, your composition, your pacing, the music you choose. Almost every single decision all comes back to your story. So if you have a clear idea of what you're going for with your story, then that's an awesome starting place. One example of how important story is I often find myself watching 40-minute videos that are all shot on GoPro of these amazing adventures, but they all have a real sense of story. They all have a flow to it, and that holds my attention for a full 40 minutes. But on the flip side, sometimes I watch cinematic videos that I get bored of after like a minute because there's no story to it. It's just a montage of beautiful shots. And I definitely fall into that trap quite regularly. It's always exciting when you're using new nice gear or something just to make a video which is all about being beautiful, pretty, but the story is this thing that captures people's attention and actually holds it for a longer duration. Anyway, that's all for today. I wanted this to be a super quick project, a quick little video, but just to remember that story is the centerpiece of your video. So to really take time and to think that through before you move on to the actual shooting of it. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you next time.